Hey, welcome back. Just kicking off hour 2 of this Woman Wednesday edition of Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. We're coming to you live as we do every day, noon to 2 Eastern from the Newsmax headquarters in Midtown Manhattan. We're in the Question Tequila studios as we are every day. And on Woman Wednesday, like I tell you all the time, our guests, whether they're men or women, they're people that know where the rubber meets the road. They're real people, not these talking heads from Yale and Harvard who these other networks pay to go on there and spit out talking points. We bring in real people who've been in the trenches, who know what's happening out there. And today, Rose Tennent joins us. Rose is a award-winning radio commentator, and she's also been a long champion of American business. Thank you for joining us on Liquid Lunch today.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
You must be, and I know I read so much about you. Frankie sends me notes on top of notes so that I prepare. I did all my homework on you. But in Frank's view, you must be quite the esteemed guest because he doesn't put mid-level people in our leadoff spot.
Rose is one of my favorites.
The leadoff spot.
I love Frank too. It's such an honor to be on this
Frank
show.
too.
I know, he's so sweet. He really is.
I know.
But you know what? I love that you have a special day for women, and I know you have women on all the time. But I think it's great that we're focused on women, and this is really important presidential election coming up for women.
So Rose, there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about. One, women in the electorate right now, if you ask me, they're being completely dissed by the left-wing media.
Thank you. I agree.
And my mom, hi Mom, she's always watching. Mom. She's tuned in. Patty Fresh is at home. She's the founder and executive chairwoman of the World of Women, a local women's health and advocacy group.
I like it.
And she tells me all the time that a lot of her friends are secretly into Trump. He gives a feeling of safety and security, which is part of the fiber of women. They want to feel safe and secure. And Donald Trump, you feel like he's fighting for you at least.
We do, and I'll tell you, Frank and John, we love a man that keeps his promises, and Donald Trump kept his promises. So that's really important to women. And I have to say, I was just appointed to the advisory board of Women for Trump Coalition with Laura Trump. So I'm really thrilled to be a part of that. It's huge.
Congratulations.
But thank you.
Is Martha Bonetta part of that too, Frank? Is that the one Martha's with?
No,
Another
it's
friend of the show. She has an organization for Women for Trump.
Right, but so it's really exciting because you're right, John. After the last election, 2016, women were vote shamed. They were. Some of the headlines were betrayal of white women voters and foot soldiers of the patriarchy. Oh my God! By even suggesting that, even printing that, they're suggesting that we're still under the thumb of that so-called patriarchy and haven't gotten out from under it. The suggestion is, and Hillary said it too, that we couldn't possibly have made up our minds for Trump because it had to be a man that told us to do it. It had to be our brothers, our fathers, our cousins, our boss. It had,
women,
right? We can't do it by ourselves.
By the way, who usually live longer than men, usually make more sane and sound decisions.
Right.
Raise the children, next generations of America. They need their father and their brother to tell them what to do.
Yeah, right. They do, yeah.
It's a joke.
I mean, and it was insulting because it suggests that we cannot make our mind up. We can't decide for ourselves what we want. And if we don't go along with what the left wants and the way, if we don't think the way they want us to think, then you know, we should be shamed. But guess what? So many women have told me they may have been quiet for the last election. They are not quiet now. They feel empowered. They feel like they're going to get out there and they're going to speak their mind. And that's why the Women for Trump Coalition has been so successful already. And it's just very new because women have said, that's it. I'm not even going to hide it anymore. I like him. I like what he's done. As a woman, he's done so many things that matter to me. So many things matter to us. We're moms. We care about our kids, their future. I mean, right? So it had the opposite effect.
So how have women fared in the Trump era? How have they done?
Oh, I am so glad you haven't asked that because we know that since the president took office, there's been 6 million new jobs created, right? Half of those jobs went to women. Not only that, but I think he has more senior advisors, I don't think, I know, in his administration than the last 3 administrations. He has shown us that he respects us, he understands what matters to us, and we have done well under his pro-growth economic plan.
There's a lot of things going on in the economy. I talk about cryptocurrencies a lot. This new Bitcoin, this new digital economy.
I don't understand any of that. Yeah.
But I was one of the forerunners in it. I got into it about 5 years ago, and because there wasn't a base of knowledge already out there, it's a new emerging thing. I see so many women in leadership positions, and I feel like as Trump cuts regulation and creates more equality in the workspace, that women are actually going to exceed men at some point down the line in the places where the men don't have a strategic historical advantage.
Well, and I understand that completely, and I think you may be right about that. I think that going forward, though, when you consider that, and this presidency, and I talk about women, I'm glad you asked about that, but even for the men in this country, I mean, we have jobs. I mean, 500,000 new manufacturing jobs have been created in the last 2.5 years. That's huge. That means that American workers are being put to work, and we can't ask for anything more. And unemployment is down. If you're for Hispanics and African Americans, it's at a historic low. For females, it's at a 50-year low, and for youth, it's at a 50-year low. So what's not to like?
So with all this greatness going on, I think for women's equality and women opportunities. We had a conversation the other day, Frankie and I, about Hasbro is coming out with this new game, Ms. Monopoly. You know about this?
No, I didn't.
It's a Ms. Monopoly.
Okay.
And in Ms. Monopoly, the woman starts with $1,900 and the man starts with $1,500.
Okay.
And every time the woman passes go, she gets $240 and the man gets $200.
I find that insulting.
Well,
I
that's
find
what
it
I was going to
insulting.
say. I play a lot of games with my family and kids. I'm Monopoly champion, Scrabble champion, all that good stuff. But I was talking to my sister-in-law, Donna, who's a wonderful mother, wonderful person, volunteers, cheerleading coach, and I said, does this make any sense that Monopoly would start the women with more money? And she said, what woman would even buy that game?
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost an insult.
Yeah, it is an insult. You're telling your daughters too when you're playing this game that you are handicapped, and we need to, and that is not empowering women. I'm sorry,
Rose,
I think that's weird.
You got to tell us about this great conference that you're doing in October, promoting American manufacturing and promoting products that are made in the United States. What is it? What are you doing?
Thanks for asking. It is the first time ever that we are highlighting manufacturers who are committed to sourcing their materials and creating their products right here in this country, which of course allows for more jobs, American jobs. It's like a very patriotic thing to do, is to look for that Made in America label. So we are doing this for the first time ever, October 3rd through the 6th, and it's in Indianapolis. And it's not only consumer to business to consumer, but it's business to business. So it's a really good idea for all of you who are watching to come out. We can highlight those stories, and they're great stories. A lot of women have been very successful, and they're doing very well under this this economic pro-growth policy plan that we've got right now.
Okay,
in the
so
administration.
this is going down in October, and you're doing
Yes.
this with Lara Trump and the Women for Trump. Frankie's getting married.
Well, is this part of Women for Trump?
No, it isn't. It's
Okay.
this actually is a very bipartisan event. We've got, I mean, it should be. I mean, it's
of course.
American.
Yeah,
we're
who's
putting
against buying
Americans
in
to
America?
work.
We
Yeah.
talk about on this show that if you really dig down into it, most of America, I call them the purple people.
Yeah.
Because you got the
There you
purple
go, I'm
dress,
ready
I got
for
the
that.
purple tie.
All right, I like that tie, actually.
But most people are not all red or all blue.
Right.
Most people are dots of each, and you put red and blue together, you crumble it up into a ball, it's purple. And that's what most of us are, practical, pragmatic, right?
Right,
you
we are.
You want lower taxes, you want fiscal responsibility, you want states' rights. But, the government should stay out of women's wombs, maybe. There's certain things that most of us, don't really matter that much. He's getting married. Okay?
You're getting married?
So
Greg, I didn't know that. Oh, my
He's
gosh.
not going to be around for the big Women in Manufacturing Conference. Now, me, on the other hand, if there's going to be a lot of women there, I'd like to get some perspective.
It's men and women, by the way. It's all manufactured.
Maybe you can get me a special dispensation.
Come on, just come on in. Actually, I'd love it if you did come out. We have a media row. I would love it if you were there.
What I was going to say was, when you're there, I don't know if I can come there, but you should Skype into us from the conference.
That's a great idea. I love it.
No, but John should do the show from there.
I think he should. We'd love to have him. Yeah, we'd love to have him.
All right, I want to thank Rose Tennent for being with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. It was fun. I really enjoyed it.
You're welcome here anytime, and we'll keep you, our audience, posted on all Rose's advances in making women in America great again. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and continue to try to make television great again right after this.
Rose, that was fun.